What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 114.
Let's go.
Woo! Thank you, everybody who bared with us of all those Monday energy things. So hopefully today is better. We are glad to have you with us. We are doing this live, and if you're joining us live, join us in the live chat. And if you're watching later, no worries, comment down below. And we'll get into some intros. Hello, I'm Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
Yes. And we are going to be covering some anime news and announcements, as well as talk about the newest episode of Delicious in Dungeon, which is, I think we're in the WTF territory.
We are.
You know.
We very much in that map. I think we've gone from. I don't know if we've gone from WTF to WT Ever Loving F. Like
a little bit of that, yes.
The second one was a much larger section. I'm not sure if we've made it there yet. I'm sure if RS is in the chat, they will let us know.
Which we will dive all into that, as well as give you recommendations and let you know about some other cool stuff. So stick around for all of that. And let's get right into it. So let's kick off with some news.
Yes. We have, for those of you who like spooky season all year round, Ablaze has got you covered. Ablaze Manga has licensed Shingo Honda's horror manga Happy Land for English release this summer. This looks absolutely terrifying, and I am here for it. It will be available on September 11th. The cover depicts like theme park lettering saying Happy Land, a guy wearing slacks, a rabbit mask, and nothing else, and a whole bunch of bodies hanging in the background. So, if Murder Theme Park is your vibe, welcome to Happy Land, an extreme amusement park. The Komiya family is not unusual in any way. Two parents love each other and their two children who are healthy, happy, and accomplished at school and with extracurriculars. In appearance, they're an ideal family that has everything going for them. At least, that's what they believed until father decided to take them to spend a day at Happy Land Park. In this park with its extreme attractions, the most shameful secrets will emerge in the most literally explosive way possible. A horrifying and gory tale of survival begins in this first of 2 volumes by Shingo Honda. Again, that's going to be available September 11th from Ablaze. Keep an eye out for that. And again, like if Creepy Murder Theme Park is your vibe, this is it, folks. This is for you.
Also, too, on that, the other thing, too, check us out over on NTATNB. We post links as well as reshare stuff, as well as include the photos of the different stuff we're talking about during this time period. So check that out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, that sounds really good. I was like, ooh, sounds interesting.
Oh, yeah, no. It's like every time Ablaze sends me a horror manga, it's like, Carrie's going to love this.
You're like, what?
And I mean, I read the copy, the digital preview of Gannibal that they sent, and I was fascinated. It is not usually my speed, but dang. Yep. So Ablaze licenses some quality stuff. Go check them out.
And going to checking more things out and making part of your own home video release, the Academy Award winning, because now we're like, yay, we could say that too. The Boy and the Heron will be released on 4K, Blu-ray, and Blu-ray DVD. And there'll be also a limited edition steel book, and that will be coming out on July 9th. So right after Anime Expo.
Yep.
And you just checking any other details here. So it's also going to have the sound remastered for the Ultimate Home Experience, which is cool too. And this is the first title from Studio Ghibli ever to be released on 4K UHD.
Dang.
That's exciting.
Let's go.
And for those of you just wanting to watch at home before you purchase it, it will be released on HD on all major on-demand digital platforms, as well as in 4K, where available on June 25th. So that will be coming up soon. And all versions will contain the original language with the English subtitles, as well as the English language version.
I do think that on-demand means you are purchasing it.
Fair. Digital. Yeah. So yeah, if you want
versus
a physical copy, thank you. And also there's a lot of special features, featurettes, storyboards, behind the scenes. And you can currently pre-order this at gkids.com as well as shoutfactory.com. and there are pre-orders on Apple, Amazon, and Vudu/Fandango at home. So plenty of places to go check it out and make it your own home copy, which is fantastic to be like, I have it. It's mine.
Yes, add it to your
Yes.
collection. Like we always say, physical media, very important. And
Mhm.
as we usually say when we talk about these sorts of releases, if you have a gift giving holiday of some sort coming up or a birthday or something, you can always do a pre order, print out a photo of it, and put it in a card and say,
Yeah.
hey, it's coming. It's just not coming till July.
Yes. Also,
Yes.
taking a look quickly over here at the chat. Kika Derrickson here. Hello, greetings, humans. Greetings.
Hello.
And Untitled on Purpose. Salutations.
Hello.
Yay.
Yes, we have
And
fun here.
yes, and it's okay. You can watch silently from the void as well. But if you want to interact, it is awesome, and we love that.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's half the fun.
It's
just
very
going,
entertaining for us, and we hope entertaining for you as well.
or if you've got the Delicious in Dungeon spoiler sitting there and going
Yeah,
in chat while we theorize, because that's the fun of having spoilers when your friends don't. You just sit there and go.
Which side note
Yes.
on that in advance? No spoilers, please. We are only covering what is airing on Netflix, so you can just sit there and enjoy laughing at us make our bonkers predictions.
Indeed. All right. I don't have a good segue for this one, so we're just going to get into it. Crunchyroll is always providing us with the latest news. Crunchyroll announces return of English dubcast to Black Butler Public School arc. So for those of you who were watching Black Butler back in the day, watching the dub, loved it, and are looking at the dub for the school arc and going, not certain what they're going to do, J. Michael Tatum has returned as Sebastian, and Brina Palencia has returned as Ciel. So they are reprising their characters. So if those were voices that you fell in love with way back when, they're back. They're playing the same people. Thank you, Crunchyroll, for doing that. That is always a good time. And the first episode of the dub started on April 27th, so this past Saturday. So if you want to go check out the dub, it is available for you. And we have recurring cast members. So,
woot!
Thank you, Crunchyroll.
Yes.
Yes.
And also, speaking of dubbed and Crunchyroll, we recently covered how Haikyuu, the Dumpster Battle, will be hitting theaters in North America on May 31st. So coming up real quick. And they, and this is pretty cool too. The series recently celebrated its 10-year anniversary on April 6th, and it has not had a new original episode since 2020. So obviously this is a very highly anticipated film. This is why I'm kind of glad I got into it late, because then I'm like, my waiting period's just a little bit shorter. But it's like,
Yep.
But yes, they have finally released the English sub and then sub trailer. And yes, so that trailer, Crunchyroll reveals English subtitle trailer for Haikyuu, the Dumpster Battle. And we'll also link that on our Twitter page, and you can check that out on Crunchyroll's Twitter as well. I was just looking to see anything else. Yes, first 4 seasons of the series is available on Crunchyroll. So in case you're not caught up, you got some time to catch up. And again, check out only in theaters on May 31st, the film, which I'm very excited about, because this is a really good show, you guys. Like, this is one that I didn't think I'd really be into a sports anime, which nothing against those, but generally they're just a little more slice of life, which isn't my first choice. But this one is adorable. It gives you all the feels, good feels, happy cry, good cry. Like, yes, go check this out.
As someone who got way into Prince of Tennis back in the day, never underestimate a sports anime. They will go for you. And they are, let's say they're generally pretty quality, but really, it's depending on the anime. It's like every genre, it's depending on the anime.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, Haikyuu is one of the quality ones. Listen to Carrie for her review. She's seen it.
So good.
And if you've gone to see Spy Family Code White in theaters, this trailer plays before it. I know, because I saw it. So,
and also, speaking of Spy Family, quick plug, it's still linked in the description below, the link to our interviews that we spoke to them at the English dub premiere. And if you're watching later, yes, link down here, or just in general here on the Fanversation channel.
Yes. Rounding out the Crunchyroll news tonight, and guys, this one's a doozy. This The scroll bar on this one is wild because Crunchyroll is pulling out all the stops. They have announced Global Anime 2024 celebrations. And guys, there is so much. I'm going to give you the highlights. You want to follow Crunchyroll's social media, you want to take a look at crunchyroll.com if you want all of the everything, but these are the highlights. I'm going to give you a quote from them. The love and excitement around anime continues to grow, and for Anime, we're revealing a fresh lineup of apparel, home goods, and more to empower fans to live authentically into their fandom, says Anna Songo Adamian. I may have mispronounced that. Vice President Global Consumer Products at Crunchyroll. We have lined up an incredible slate of international retail partners who, like us, are passionate about providing fans with a variety of ways to enjoy and display their love for their favorite films, series, and characters. So, Crunchyroll is going to be dropping new merch throughout the month of May for multiple series, including Black Butler, Tokyo Ghoul, Chainsaw Man, Solo Leveling, Jujutsu Kaisen, Haikyuu, Spy Family, Kaiju number 8, which is brand new and already getting merch, and My Hero Academia. Specialty retailer Hot Topic will celebrate anime across its stores in the United States and Canada and online at hottopic.com with month-long activations and special promotions, including exclusive anime merch, a limited edition Crunchyroll Hime sticker gift with anime purchase, available in stores only and while supplies last, and exciting Discord programming hosted by the Anime Men. Fans can sign up at hottopic.com/Discord for emails, access to the Discord for watch-alongs, AMAs, giveaways, etc. Barnes & Noble will have discounts on anime, DVD, and Blu-ray titles in stores and online. For Latin America, Game Planet and Grupo Control in Mexico got you covered. Riachuelo in Brazil and Falabella in Peru also got you covered, so check those out. In Europe, and I love this, honestly. I'm jealous that Europe is getting this. In Europe, select anime retailers will offer anime fans the opportunity to fully experience the Crunchyroll lifestyle and win a, quote, nothing that money can buy, quote, prize. An amazing weekend in Paris with VIP access to the Crunchyroll booth at Japan Expo. Y'all!
Nice.
Oh my God, send
Oh.
me back to Paris, please. So, if you are in the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Belgium, you're looking at HMV. If you are in Italy, you're looking for Games Academy /Funside. If you're in French, Cultura has you covered. In Spain, El Corte Inglés. In Germany and Australia, you have Thalia and GameStop and Media Saturn and Muller. Did I say Germany, Australia? Germany and Austria. I can do this, I promise. Hugendubel in Germany as well. And then if you are in Estonia, Latvia, or Lithuania, you have Excess Toys owned by Anvil. We also have deals at the Crunchyroll store online, a home video sale of up to 60% off beginning May 1st through May 14th, and an anime celebration sale with up to 70% off select items starting May 15th. While supplies last, fans can also receive a complimentary and exclusive 2024 Hime anime pin on all orders of $75 or more, starting on May 1st, 2024. There are special themed weeks. May 1st is Chainsaw Man. May 8th is Kaiju number 8 and Solo Leveling. 22nd is Dragon Ball Super. And the 29th is Jujutsu Kaisen. And as if that's not enough, I told y'all this was a doozy. To continue the anime celebrations beginning on May 1st and running through the end of the month, so this starts on Wednesday, y'all, Crunchyroll is making 20 hit series available to watch for free with ads. So if you don't have a subscription, if you haven't made an account yet, you can still watch these for free all through May. Titles include Chainsaw Man, Haikyuu, Solo Leveling, which again is brand new, and they're already putting it out there for y'all. Cowboy Bebop, Dr. Stone, Frieren, Rent a Girlfriend, Soul Eater, Vinland Saga, and if you're going for the classics, Yu Yu Hakusho. That is a partial list of titles. We have 20 full titles.
Which is awesome also to bring your friends in too. If they haven't checked out Crunchyroll, be like, yo, here's a good sampling.
If you've ever wanted to do a watch party for Yu Yu Hakusho with you and a bunch of your friends who've never seen it, now is the time. Or for any of these shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, holy cow, Crunchyroll, really going for it. My birthday's this month. Happy birthday to me. Crunchyroll is giving me everything except for that trip to Paris. I'm not eligible. But yes, check out your local retailers, check out your online retailers, check out crunchyroll.com, check out some free with ads anime. Like, you guys, Crunchyroll is going for it for anime, and I am here for this. This is wild.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Long
Yeah.
list.
I have never seen so much, but wait, there's more in a press release. Like, wow.
Yeah. I love it. I'm here for it.
Same.
Are we getting shall we get right into delicious and we'll save there was something else?
No, there was something else. Let's do that now.
All right.
Let's do that now. I am
It's been a
now
minute,
that I'm spilling water all over myself. I'm doing a great job.
but we
You
love
got the
doing
thing?
these. It is time
We
for
do.
unboxing.
We do. Every time I do this, it reflects off the shiny. Sakura Co makes the
It's so
cutest boxes, you guys.
pretty.
It's got the gold embellishment on it.
So
It's
pretty.
always fun to be like, where does it fit?
Oh,
I
wait, hold on.
caved. I went
There
for
you
their
go.
Sakura box. I love their Sakura themed
yeah.
snacks
Mhm.
so much. So much. So I went for the box. So we're going to take a look. As always, it starts off with a little bit of paperwork up top. It starts you with an absolutely beautiful, I am holding it upside down, a beautiful art print and a message on the
Ooh,
back to the Sakura
cute.
Co family. As always, it gives you a booklet with the theme. This month was A Night of Sakura. And as you go through this booklet, it is some of the history, some of where they got these snacks, because they are all sourced from, if I'm recalling this correctly, they're all sourced from local makers, local snack shops. So it tells you about the
Sweet.
regions where they got them, the traditions involved with them, all of
Mhm.
that fun stuff. And it also gives you, and I love this so much, it tells you what the snacks are, gives you the pictures so you can recognize them. And like for the tea, it tells you how to brew it. And for all of the
That's helpful.
snacks, it gives you the allergen list and lets you know if they're vegetarian friendly.
Sure.
Like, they go for it.
Yeah.
And that is, I still remember the one time they had a mystery snack and they had a QR code that you could scan if you wanted to know what it was and get the allergen list for it. So it wasn't a spoiler, but the list was still available. Like, they think of everything. I really do appreciate a company that does that. So, of course, whoop, I'm dropping things immediately. I'm out of practice. The box is always packaged so nicely. Thank you. Yes. You have a little bit more room here.
So
It's always packaged so
pretty.
nicely. It always looks so good. And of course, the eye is drawn almost immediately to these guys, these little chocolate covered strawberries, which I think I will be absolutely decimating before the night is out.
Is the
We
other red
have-
Velvet strawberry package something too? I saw that above it. And
It
I'm like,
is.
cute
It's.
looking.
I can't read it. I think it is. I can see from the back. It's a little pastry.
Oh, cute.
And it is probably either Sakura or strawberry filled. And I am here for this, you guys. Things that I love. The tea is a blueberry hibiscus tea.
Ooh.
And if it's starting to heat up in your area of the country, hibiscus tea, iced, sweetened, unbelievably good.
Mhm.
So I'm expecting heat through May. And I think I'm going to be using that. Of course, we have chips. We're getting the nice little ASMR from the microphone. Yeah, we
cute.
have, these are back. These are my favorite. These are little wafer cookies with like a little Sakura cream filling.
Ooh.
And that decoration is, it's a see-through envelope. That decoration is straight on the cookie there.
Nice.
So there's just so much stuff. There's, we have Sakura mochi. You can see that little thing back
Ooh.
there. Oh, my
Yay.
favorite. I haven't had good Sakura mochi since I was in Japan 10 years ago, buying it from the airport on my way out. And of course, we always have our little bit of drinkware, tableware, glassware. Sakura Co. always sends you something nice to enjoy with it. Look at this little cup.
Ooh.
This little Sakura themed cup. I'm
Yes,
going to put it, so you can see it better against the purple. That little baby Sakura themed cup. It is such a nice little size. So yeah, forever impressed with Sakura Co. With the way they assemble their boxes, with the care that they put into sourcing things and to teaching their customers about where they come from, what all these snacks are. Just, again, Forever impressed with them. Absolutely love it. And I cannot reassemble these boxes to save my life, which is why I'm doing it off screen. It's one of those, this is why I appreciate their skill so much, because I sure can't do it.
It's all right. You're going to
Always.
just tear into it later and be like,
oh, I'm going to destroy this later. Just
Yeah.
absolutely destroyed. Nothing left. Except for the beautiful box. I use these for storage and for taking things places, and occasionally
cute.
for shipping things, but I don't
Yeah.
like to get rid of them. They're so pretty. So yes, thank you, Sakura Co, for assembling yet another fantastic box. I will be destroying this after the show. I will be just tearing my way through it. That is going to be my dessert tonight. Let me get the tea.
I'm going to use it as our segue. Speaking of
what,
destroying,
tearing our way through it?
Yes, and destroying and ripping it open.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no, I didn't know what to expect going into this one. And then it's all, ooh, harpies. Cool. And then, I mean, yes, I know we can bring the people back. It doesn't mean it isn't shocking with the brutality of it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no.
That still hurts, though, to die. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that was, whoo-wee.
Biblically accurate Fallon doing her best to go for a TPK.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't D&D, is a total party kill.
Ah.
Everyone die.
Yeah.
So, I
also,
love this.
super quick pause, though, because fair question. Giga Derek does say, quick question, with Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia new seasons both happening next month, will we have a shot and a chaser? We're definitely doing Demon Slayer. Probably not having the time for My Hero, but we might be talking about it like at the end of recommending and things like that. So
yeah, we will most likely not be covering My Hero, and we are going to have some overlap between the last few episodes of Dungeon Meshi and the first few episodes of Demon Slayer. So I think for a minute there, we're just going to have shot.
Yeah.
Well, depending on how long it takes Demon Slayer to ramp up.
Is one that we can just spend a lot of time on too. So we're going to focus on that.
Yeah. In case y'all have forgotten the pin board.
Yeah.
And also the pin board.
Yes.
It's on both sides.
So back
Everyone
to
going, that's not a pin board. Like, it's just.
If you're new
there
here,
are some older episodes of me like connecting the dots.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can spend enough. Demon Slayer is usually meaty enough that we can talk about a 20-minute episode for 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So that's not usually something that lends itself to a double feature.
Yeah. So yeah, back to our party and distraction. What were your thoughts on this like calamity that they fall into?
I really love the way it was. I really loved the way it was set up because everyone is so blasé about the harpies to start. It's Chilchuck running in and saying, hey, the cooking party is being attacked, and then getting involved in that whole situation. And then coming out and going, oh, it's just harpies, we could deal with them. And the tied up harpies hitting the cement being just punctuation to the conversations that are happening. Right up until it's one of our named characters hitting the cement and you go, when did this become a Drowning Pool song? Why are we doing Let the Bodies Hit the Floor? Oh my God. This biblically accurate Fallon is here following the smoke signals.
Yeah. That was another body horror. That was
what
weird.
A queen.
Yes. I started to see a thing and then you were trying not to look to get spoilers. Though, like when she rips her top off and Marcel like, respectfully.
Emily's delivery on that. Give that woman an award. Just the, whoa, hey! Like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was intense.
That is an extremely flustered lesbian going, must you in front of everyone? Please. Again, that little teeny bit of levity in the middle of, well, this is occurring.
Yeah.
I liked watching Laios going through this. For one, I really liked watching Kabru and seeing him just taking his armor off and then going in for the stealth kill. Yes. My dude gets it. And I love that. And I'm like, this is something he does often, isn't it? This is a guy who can roll in with plate. Yeah, this is a guy who can roll in with plate mail and a sword. and still have enough levels in Rogue to go for the assassination. Like, I like Kabru. He's terrible. I like him a lot.
I like him a lot more after this episode because I did love the stealth. I liked him more because before I was a bit like, is this guy like an idiot? Of just how he has made assumptions, but then he's been making progress, and we've covered that on our channel here of people who start out one way and then we get more information about them and then they have character growth, which is a good sign of a good story. Like, please give me a character that I hate, don't like, don't care about, or something, and make me get invested. Like that's good writing and good character structure.
Speaking of my hero, Endeavor. You don't have to like him, but it is intriguing.
Exactly.
You don't have to forgive him. Definitely don't have to forgive him, but it is intriguing. Yeah, that's another show.
Exactly. So yeah, that stealth mode, loved it so much. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I thought I was like, okay, cool, he's gonna maybe do something sneaky, but I love the like, stop. I'm like, oh. Props,
I mean,
sir. Props.
I can't turn off my D&D brain while I'm watching this. Fair. And there is a mechanic in Dungeons and Dragons where if you are wearing plate armor, it gives you disadvantage on stealth. If you've ever seen anyone walk in plate armor, that stuff jingles all the time, just clanks all the time. So it's like, oh, he's taking the armor off. Oh, he's about to be sneaky. I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. And then, yeah, just the assassination move was incredible. But, and then afterwards with the omelet, just like, fine, how do I get out of this? Maybe I can kill him. Fine, I'll just eat it.
Yeah. I thought he would have liked it in the end. We didn't really get I hated it, I liked it. It just had I tolerated it.
I don't think he got past the psychic damage.
That's true. Also, it wasn't Senshi cooking, which I think Laios isn't necessarily a bad cook, but Senshi is like the master chef here. And so maybe
they were both cooking.
Yeah.
But Senshi has also mentioned earlier when they were still planning on going topside that he was running low on herbs and spices. So
it's going to be some improvisation. Or pepper those eggs.
Yeah, no, please just egg. Yeah. It's like, okay. And Kabru just, I truly do not think he got past the psychic damage of it all.
No.
It's the same reason some people will never try escargot, and that's fine. But if they're cooked well, they're delicious.
Yes.
And again, it's that for anything, though. Like, if you have poorly cooked eggs, it's the worst thing on the planet.
True.
But well-cooked eggs or skillfully cooked eggs can be transcendent. So it just depends. Anyway, Laios, my boy.
Yes.
For one, I have been avoiding using this terminology because I see a lot of the discussions in fan circles, etc., and people are kind enough to put spoilers under cuts. For the most part, Tumblr is Tumblr, but that's life. And fandom will often ascribe characteristics to a character where it's not necessarily there in the text, but it's oh, I see myself in this. Oh, this is
okay.
So I've been hesitating to use this terminology, but it's pretty dang blatant. So Laios is definitely autistic. My dude is on the spectrum. And it's this episode really just, for those of you who had missed it, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And again, I've been seeing a lot of people on the spectrum going, he's just like me for real, or I identify with that. And I'm like, great, representation, amazing, let's go. And it was, yep. And it was that whole conversation with Shuro. Gonna be real, my first reaction was, oh, fuck that guy. Because I've also had at one point, I didn't get, I never liked you. I got, you realize no one likes you, right? Which was like, oh, it was the second to last day of my senior year and it came from a sophomore. It was one of those, fuck
child.
Off. Yeah. It's like, excuse me, what good do you think that does? Like, ever, but especially now.
Yeah.
So, as someone who did at one point get that, and don't ever let anyone tell you that high school is best years of your life. If anyone tells you that, they have not actually moved beyond high school and have no other life experience. The best part about high school is not having to pay rent or cook all of your own meals. And even then, that's not necessarily a universal experience. So, again, high school is not the best years of your life. You got a lot to look forward to. Just saying. But yeah, as someone
RS
who
agrees.
had,
Oh no, high school sucks.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
It can for
it's
many
rough.
folks, but don't worry.
It's so rough.
Yeah, hang in
But
there.
yeah, as someone who got that at one point, seeing that and getting the I never liked being around you was like, okay, fine, I guess. But rolling it back, looking at the conversation as a whole, and then again, looking at other conversations online, looking at context, and seeing some of the side comics that the mangaka has released.
Okay.
One of which was a little one-sheet comic of the first time they met. And it was Laios going up to him with essentially, "Oh, you look different. Where are you from?" Asking him all sorts of questions about where he's from, mishearing his name, and then introducing him to everyone as Shuro instead of Toshiro. So it hasn't, it's just been communication problems on both sides. Because again, bits of, I'm presenting these as I see them. I think they're worth talking about. I have
Well, he
seen.
also has the comment too of you're asking insane things with being well-meaning. Like his
Yeah.
things are, he just thinks it, and
Yeah.
it's also like essentially, spectrum aside, it's essentially how children are until it's trained out of us to like not say those things, but people still think them, and it's just, is that filter there, or do we just say it? Real quick, I was adding to RS, wanted to say, like, I do not say this lightly because there's a lot of cases where it's like there, but probably projection and not intentional on the author's part. But in this case, I would not be surprised if it was.
Yeah.
Referring to Laios on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I definitely think with this is very author aside, it's writing a paper. There are a lot of examples where you could present your case and it'd be like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Having the special interest of monsters and everything to do with monsters, and that being the thing since he was a kid. And yeah, there's talking about Shuro slash Toshiro. I think I keep calling him Shuro because that is what the show calls him for the most part.
In the subtitles, yeah.
But with the understanding that his name is actually Toshiro, and it's just been a problem from the beginning.
Got it.
I have seen analysis saying that his entire situation is a commentary on Japanese culture and the layers and layers and layers of manners and being expected to know and understand all of these social cues, and that he thinks he's giving off all of these social cues that Laios should be reading, and Laios doesn't know them because he's not from, as it's called in the show, the East.
Yeah.
So, again, the continued miscommunication there where Laios just says what he's thinking and Shuro thinks if he does that, like, it will be impolite. And then the other bit that I saw that I'm still kind of weighing in my mind a little bit is the fact that Laios and Fallon are, from what we've seen at least, very similar personality-wise in levels of enthusiasm and hyperfixation, and like they are two peas in a pod.
Okay.
And that Shuro finds Laios annoying as hell and is enamored with Fallon. And it's like, yeah, I only enjoy these traits when I want to fuck you. Like, oh, again, saw that analysis, still kind of turning it over in my head because we haven't seen much of Fallon. That we've seen more of her as a harpy than we have as a human at this point.
We're also getting everyone's interpretation and memories of her. We are not getting to see her as she is. It's how other people think of her, how they feel about her, which are not necessarily correct in full accounts.
Yeah. What we've seen, like, if we think that the flashbacks that we've seen as the audience are presented as they are without bias, if we think it is the audience having a view into the past as opposed to someone remembering things, which, unreliable narrators everywhere. Two unreliable narrators is how you get Laios and Shuro fighting each other. But we saw her in school where it's like, oh, they think she's weird. Oh, they think she's kind of standoffish and off-putting. Well, she's super into monsters and super into making dungeons to the point where she's found her own little dungeon and is able to walk Marcel through it. I don't know if you can hear my cat sitting under the chair yelling at me. Hey, sweetie, you gonna come up? No, she's not gonna. Okay. Yeah,
Our third
and we've
co-star.
seen, yeah, third co-host, yep.
Yeah.
And we have seen Lyos's flashback of her being able to communicate with ghosts and asking for help with the ghost that nearly choked him out.
Mhm.
The only bits of Fallon that we've seen in the present were the cold open where she gets eaten
Mhm.
and the cumulative half an episode where she's back to life before she gets whammied by the mage and transformed. So, and again, in that half an episode that we've seen, we saw her get really super into the idea of eating monsters and being totally on board for that. We saw her being compassionate. We saw her stepping in to save Senshi from an explosion
Mhm.
that he caused from either not listening or not thinking about it.
Yes.
So, again, we haven't seen much of Fallon as Fallon. We haven't seen much of her in the present day. So
Mhm.
that's why, as someone who doesn't have all that context, I kind of take analyses like that and go, okay, uncertain. Uh, I
Mhm.
would be interested to see how someone who does have full context takes those.
Mhm.
But there's also the fact that Shuro proposed to Fallon without ever actually telling her how he felt. And then if she said yes, he was planning on just taking her back home with him. Like, leave the rest of this behind, leave your brother behind, you're going with me, which, okay? Yikes.
Yeah, that definitely is like you guys are not on the same page. If you were madly in love and she's like, "Yes, I love you," and we're totally connected and everything like that, and I will follow you. Okay, but if you haven't really established any of that relationship, yeah, that's a bit like so kidnapping.
It seems like from, again, haven't seen this, but it's entirely possible from Fallon's point of view that this went from zero to proposal.
Very possible
Like,
based on
it's,
that description. Which Kilchuck felt that way too. He's like,
yeah.
"What?"
Yeah, we had that aside of he proposed without ever saying that's so creepy, and that's just the world he lives in. So the
Mhm.
fact that Shuro is seemingly 80% in his own head was just a known thing for the party.
Yeah.
And Chilchuck definitely seems to be the one with his thumb on party dynamics. Like
Yeah.
he's the one that understands that the best out of anyone there.
Yeah.
Laios, I think, understands party capabilities extremely well. And that's also why they
Mhm.
turn to Laios and to Shuro for a strategy when biblically accurate Fallon is coming down to wreck shop.
Yep.
So I think he's a leader in that capacity,
Mhm.
but he's not super great at the peopling thing.
Yeah.
And I think peopling with Shuro is hard mode to begin with.
Mhm.
So,
But
yeah.
and also good on Shiro for giving the compliments to his team at the end, which sounds like he doesn't do that a ton. And they, I love how cute they were of like, oh, say thank you. You
I
know,
think that might have been a direct result of Laios going, if you never say how you feel, how are we supposed to know?
probably I'll go with that for
Yeah.
sure.
Like I do think that that is a relationship that needed to be torn down before it could be built up again
Yes. I
because
did
it was
like the
built
slap
on.
though,
Oh
because
my
that was
god,
the
yes.
that person, I mean, we're not advocating violence, but it is the moment in there where it's like, it's not working. A slap is a bit like snap out of it thing. But a punch retaliation, I'm like, oh, this is
Oh,
just,
we in
they
it.
just apparently need to fight it out. Like, this is brothers, like how people say they need to do that. I don't get it. But, it seemed like these two had some pent up aggression that they needed to express, which words would have been better. But, I'm
This
glad
is
they finally all out on the table.
I'd say this is partially action trope and partially dumb boy shit.
A little bit.
So, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, yeah. But I can appreciate Laios snapping when Shuro accused him of not taking this seriously. It has been
Mhm.
his sister on the line this entire time.
Mhm.
Like, yes, we've had some very fun deviations for cooking this, cooking this. How does this cook? How does this taste? Like,
Mhm.
Laios is eating well, literally and figuratively, when it comes to his special interest.
Yeah.
But we've never forgotten that Fallon is what's at stake here.
Mhm. And didn't wanna give up either, like, "Oh, no, it's cool. We'll just, like, count her off as dead," and Marcel goes, "Yo, no, we can't do that either," which I loved her just wanting to help so much, and when you fucked up and you're just trying so hard, and I like that finally, like, "Okay, you can go do that thing. And she's like, fantastic. I'm just happy
Yeah.
to help. And, she needs to get that bit of her confidence back too. Of she recognizes this, like, yeah, I fucked up. But she's like, I'm sorry, guys. But they're like, you know what? It's okay. We are proceeding. I love the bell as a, hey, in case you get in some major trouble, I feel that's probably going to come back. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like our
Yeah.
team is like, all right, and move it on. Like,
Like,
we're going to keep going.
I'm dying a little bit at, well, here's the bell in case you get in trouble, but also, I'm definitely going to report the black magic to the Island Lord. I'm like, my dude, maybe they wouldn't be in trouble if you would just.
Yeah.
There's also no accounting for what Kabru would do. Like, that is
Right.
also the problem, that
That's
the
a whole
cat
other
is
thing too. Yep.
fully out the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love the pure, oh, we're just going to defeat the mad mage.
Mhm.
It's cool. We got this.
Yep.
And the other is going, you know what? I bet you could. I bet, good luck.
I do love, again, Kabru's analysis of he has the reason to, like, he has the motivation and he has a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
Just the fact that they had that little strategic sit down afterwards
Oh, I
of my
like
attack
that.
was
That was
useless and
cool.
yeah, of just, oh no, it wasn't useless. Here's what it told me. Here's how we proceed. And like, I wish the subtitles had continued to subtitle what Laios was saying because I wanted that breakdown. It was good to have Kabru's internal monologue. I realized that was the important part of the scene, but like,
Yeah,
I
how they
wanted
have
the
them as
rest of
well.
Laios's breakdown.
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. And I love just Kabru's analysis of, yeah, this guy's like very genuine, very on the face. He does not remember my name. He probably doesn't remember who we are. Okay.
Ooh.
But my dude has the motivation and the knowledge.
I was excited. Remember, I'm like, oh, I like that they addressed it. Marcel goes, we should clear that up of we didn't take their shit.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing happens, but I like that our team goes, wait a minute. We didn't do it.
It's like your treasure was bugs that killed you and then your food was destroyed. And it was just like, nope, nope, nope. But we're past that. We're way past that.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, this is Laios misreading the room, deciding he could trust Shuro because, oh, we're friends. Oh, get it. And Chilchuck with the better idea of party dynamics going, I made the wrong choice. I went to monitor Senshi. I should have been here. He did a threat assessment and came down on the other side, which honestly, I feel like there was no right decision with that threat assessment. Like if he had been here to prevent this conversation, then something would have gone down with Senshi and I cannot remember her name, but the Shuro's party mage.
Oh, I don't recall her name either, but
I'm very bad at them. Yeah. It's again, we had a couple episodes with 15 characters and I'm like, I can't do it.
But she's cool and I like the rest of the team though. One is missing. I did think that was interesting. So she's missing, probably run off, but I'm wondering if she'll join our team.
That I do have spoilers for, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Again, I just pick up little teeny, like seeing art of biblically accurate Fallon before she wound up on the screen and going, oh, okay. That explains all of those fan arts. Dang.
Yeah.
Y'all love this.
Was there anything else that stood out to you in the episode we haven't gotten to yet?
I mean, the whole episode stood out.
It was fantastic.
Like, oh my God, it was incredible.
It was a really cool, holy shit. Whoa. Like,
I think the last bit that I want to address is Fallon. And like when she is the dragon, when she's being controlled, she's got slit pupils.
Yeah.
And when she's herself, she's got the human circular pupils. Like that I did not pick up on that the first time watching, but the second time was like, hey, oh, I got that. So seeing that bit of, brother, help me. It wasn't a trick. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to manipulate. It was her coming forward and going, please, like, help me.
Yes. And then we also get the little bit of Marcel explaining what could this possibly be and why did it happen this way. I did like the eye indicator for us, the viewer, as well, of like, okay,
Yeah.
and we know, and then it was also the reestablishing, okay, she's still in there, because that's the other thing. Is it even worth it if she's not even in there? Because I think, Laios was ready to, essentially put her out of her misery, but it's like, oh no, she's still in there. We just got to get rid of the source, the problem, and then we're gonna be better.
But I did
Yeah.
like the flashbacks. I was actually trying to start with this, and then my brain, I did like the flashbacks to the Kelpie and he himself saying all monsters are dangerous, like to Kelpie and to Kensuke fucking up the dragon plan. And like, you just, as much as you personify them, as much as you want to put these human characteristics on them, at the end of the day, they are still monsters. And his sister might be in there, but there's also a dragon in there, and that dragon has been whammied by an extremely powerful mage. So there's layers of excavation going on here. And unfortunately, to get to the bottom layers where his sister is, you got to deal with everything on top of it. The dragon, the mad mage, everything.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, you want to do more black magic to deal with it? Like, well, that's the hell we're in right now. Y'all did not run into the mad mage. We did.
Yep.
Like, we have seen what the final boss looks like.
Yeah.
We have had the 1/3 of the way through the game encounter with the final boss just to kind of get that litmus test of how fucked we are. So, yeah. And also the don't kill her. If you kill her, the mad mage will show up.
That was also
Like,
a good deduction of like,
yeah.
"Ooh, wait, don't, no.
Like, we killed the dragon and it attracted the mage.
Yep.
I am capable of learning from my mistakes. Let's not do that again.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just because I want to save my sister. It's also because the problem will get exponentially worse if that guy rolls back up here.
Yep.
So yeah. Hell of an episode.
Yes.
Is any last comments from the chat?
No, everybody's been quiet on that front. If you have other thoughts that occurred to you with this episode, again, no spoilers, leave comments down below on the video or chime in real quick on the chat, which we might come back to that in case you all write it in the next little bit. But again, yeah, if there's anything that stood out to you, because this was definitely an exciting episode, I'm like, yes. And keeping you on your toes. So we're like, yes, I am here for it. And
this was so well constructed. Again, just the harpies dropping and then the named bodies dropping. The quick, oh no, that had become background noise and now it's not. Like,
yes,
excellent.
And just brutal too. It was like, and smush. Like,
Yep.
Not quick death.
Biblically accurate Fallon.
The choke too. Like, yeah, all kinds.
Oh yeah. Nope. Absolutely brutal.
All right. And so now we will tell you about some other stuff you should check out. So these are movies, shows, games, books, any of those kind of stuff that we are checking out that we think you should check out. I couldn't remember if I'd mentioned it before, but maybe I was waiting on it. But yes, I started a Korean drama called Vincenzo Casano, and it's on Netflix. And this is one of those where you like look at how long a show is and you go, yes, I have a lot of content ahead of me. It's like 20 episodes and every episode is almost an hour and a half. So I was like, all right. Yes.
So you got some time on your hands.
I do. And I'm only about four episodes in, on to 5. It is a really fun blend of mafia, action, corruption in like pharmaceuticals and lawyers, as well as kind of random zany comedy all swirled together. And so it's very entertaining. And something really kind of cool too is the lead actor. He is in a really cool movie that I'll also recommend. That is called Space Sweepers. And that is a sci-fi action movie. I think that's also on Netflix. Really cool. And but yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I'm really curious to see where it's going to go. There's been some like plot twisty things and extra plot lines keep coming up, and I'm like, all right, I'm here for it. Keep the action coming and excitement. So I'm liking it. My friend recommended it because they've been watching a lot of K-dramas. I'm like, what's a good one? Because I've seen Korean shows and movies, but I was like, well, what's one you've been watching? So she recommended that, and so far so good that I'm liking it.
Okay. I would imagine at like 5.5 hours in at this point that you would know whether or not you're
Oh yeah,
enjoying
no,
it.
I was liking it immediately in the first episode if it was entertaining, but I was trying to remember of like, I think I was saving it to talk about it. So that was did I talk about it yet? I don't remember, but either way,
No.
if and let us know, do you watch K dramas? I'm kind of curious if anybody's checked those out. I've talked about Sweet Home, and that's also a Korean show that's just in the horror section, but it is fun to see a drama action with that kind of comedy because that kind of comedy is a little bit in the horror show. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it's like really random zany comedy, but that kind of alleviates the heavy stuff that happens in the show. So I like it so far, and I'm really curious to see where it goes.
Good.
And what about you? Well, the other way. There we go.
No, you had it right the first time.
Well, I felt this way. To me, it looks mirrored. So then I'm like, wait.
No, that was
No.
weird.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, we're having a moment tonight.
Yes. Well, wait, hold on. Then we got kicked there. It goes. I've been Final Fantasy 16 for the last week. I'm over 100 hours, and I can't stop. Send help or talk about. Ooh, nice. What is your talk about order? Fine. Let us know. That's a fun one too.
What's your class in FF? Yes, I have. It's been mostly the same stuff. It has been. Everything has happened so much, so I haven't done much new consumption. We did get through the main storyline of Control. Mm-hmm. It had kind of an abrupt ending, in my opinion. Like, we wrapped up one big thing, but there was still a bunch, like, where's the rest of it? We haven't done any of the DLC yet. I don't know if the DLC fixes that. It really does feel like, okay, we're gearing up for another game at some point. It took 10 years to get Alan Wake 2, so I don't know when Control 2 is gonna happen. But Control and Alan Wake 2 have been so successful. I would be amazed if there weren't a sequel to Control. And of course, I've been listening to songs from Old Gods of Asgard on repeat, because when that's your media consumption, it just lives in the back of your head. And for those of you going, what the hell is Old Gods of Asgard? It's actually a band called Poets of the Fall, a Finnish rock band who has been performing for decades at this point. And for those going, I don't really know, they sing in English. You got to listen. And they're the producer of all of these games keeps putting them in his games. So you will get Poets of the Fall songs just in the games. And you will also have Old Gods of Asgard songs, which is Poets of the Fall essentially cosplaying. And often singing about what's happening in the games, which is why I keep making jokes about Herald of Darkness just being the simple plot of Alan Wake. It is, and it's an excellent song. I know it's 13 minutes long. Listen to the whole thing anyway. So yeah, that really good music. Still watching Bartender Glass of God. It's a vibe. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I think this one's going to be a really slow burn, so we'll see where that one goes. And yeah, if you have a local Renaissance fair, you should go. Mm-hmm. Did that this weekend, my usual one per season, and Renaissance fairs are so much fun, you guys. If you've never been, it is well worth it to go and at least try. Do not feel the pressure to dress up. Plenty of people come in t-shirts and shorts, especially if they've never been before. I know the one out here, there is a costume rental booth right at the front. So if you do want to dress up and don't have something, you can rent something there or just straight up buy something there. The food is always really good. The entertainment is well worth it. For those of you looking for new music and want to hear multiple part choral, look up the Merry Wives of Windsor. They are the group I go to see every time we go. They have bawdy songs, as it like BAWDY songs. So songs about drinking and sex and all sorts of other fun stuff. So if something's marked as explicit on Spotify, maybe like pay attention to that. But they also have a lot of other really great music. They do a mashup of The Proclaimers' 500 Miles and 500 Miles Away from Home. That is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, Merry Wives of Windsor on Spotify, and find your local Renaissance fair and give it a try. They are always a very good time.
Nice. And yes. Geeky there goes 13 minutes long, best genre. All right.
Like that. Oh my God. Herald of Darkness is 13 minutes long. Take Control is about 8.5. Like the old Gods of Asgard songs that are set to set pieces in the games are the ones that are always really long because they're usually pretty long set pieces. I think Children of the Elder Gods is also up there, but I think that's more in the 6-minute range. But yeah, worth it.
Nice.
Look up Old Gods of Asgard. It's a greatest hits album, but it's a compilation of everything they've had in the games. It's really good. I love it.
And you can go check us out on NTATNB over on Twitter, as well as following us here on the Fanversation channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. And Katie, where can people find you online?
You can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also a co-host on Silver Screams on YouTube. It is the horror channel that my roommate and I do.
Yay!
Ye-
And you can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And speaking of horror, if you like that, check out the interviews here on Fanversation. I spoke with some of the cast for Them the Scare. It's an Amazon show. It is really intense, y'all. I haven't finished it yet, but I watched the first few episodes and I'm like, oh my goodness. So it was so cool to talk to the cast about the show. So check out those interviews. And also a little less spooky, but still in that vein, we also have on this channel interviews with some of the cast of the Spiderwick Chronicles, which has a little more of a darker vibe, which I dig because they made the main characters a little bit older, which makes it, I think, an interesting adaptation to the original material. And yeah, same across all platforms, Carrie D Lane, and just fun random videos and things. But those interviews are the main stuff. And again, if you haven't watched it yet, check out our Spy Family interviews here on this channel as well. And they're linked down below. Thank you, everybody who tuned in live and joined us in the live chat. And if you're watching later, awesome. Comment down below your thoughts on the episode. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.